Wait. Is that Lex? It's Astrostetics. Let's get it, baby. Nicki Minaj. Megan This is getting crazy. Let's talk about this, y'all. So, Nicki Minaj went on Instagram Live after Meg dropped Hith. We broke that song down. That song was littered with all types of bars and subs. I heard subs at Drake, mostly Nicki, subs at Partisan. I heard a sub at Blueface, even I think Ice Spice. That song, Meg is getting her knots off and she's coming at everybody that, look, you know what Meg did? She went back to last year during the Tory case and she was like, let me see who was talking shit. And she made it, look, Meg hates blogs. So instead of name dropping individual blogs, she just goes in on the media and anybody that does not co-sign her narrative. After she dropped that though, Nicki Minaj went on Instagram Live and went crazy. Nicki went whack. And we gotta be honest, just off the way that Nicki is dealing with the narrative in a way, I know that's irritating Meg. I want to say I know that's irritating Meg because think about with that Tory situation, y'all. I would say that maybe 65 to 70% of the people are not on Meg's side with that. In the court of public opinion, Tory is not guilty. But like she said in Cobra and on her Instagram lives, it doesn't matter. Meg is 100% on the judge's side. All right? Meg created her own genre of rap called plaintiff rap. You know how in the courtrooms you got the plaintiffs and the defendant? Meg is pointing fingers. Meg created her own genre of rap. And look, Nicki Minaj don't care about none of that. Nicki Minaj went on live, called her Bigfoot, called her Yabba Dabba, called her Fred Flintstone, called her Barefoot Big. Oh my gosh. And then she went in on, look, now this is a side of it where some people may say Nicki went too far. Y'all know there's a certain vibe where did Nicki go too far though? Because they were saying that Meg was trying to get Nicki to get on her hot girl stuff and she wanted to pour liquor in Nicki Minaj's mouth. And Nicki Minaj was like, no, I'm about to have a baby. You wildin'. Like Papa Bear is here now. And Meg was like, yo, go to the or something. Yo, she said that to Nicki Minaj, allegedly. Y'all think Nicki Minaj forgot about that? Nicki Minaj been wanting this smoke for 3-4 years. And what I also know, you know, just being New York, just being a New York, when it comes to just how people move, New Yorkers, we watch how you move. So Meg moving like a bougie socialite, party jumping, party parading around from one party to the next, no pun intended. Like she's like a mix of like of a rapper and like a socialite, that Instagram kind of lifestyle. And when you move like that, you gonna bounce from one relationship to the next, one party to the next, one partnership to the next, one associate to the next. And just analyzing, I think from Nicki Minaj's perspective, how Meg moves in social settings, Nicki wasn't having it. So they've been subbing each other for a few years now though. Like, are we really gonna act like we haven't been hearing the subs? Nicki subbed her on a bunch of joints. Yeah, I know y'all heard that sub on the last album where Nicki, and look, this is another problem. Nicki is not in her album cycle anymore. Meg Meg birthday is coming up, right? Is Meg gearing up to drop something for that? Or this can harm her rollout. The real problem is this can really tarnish Meg's rollout. And Meg, I'm telling you this right now. If you are not a viable or a formidable opponent for Nicki Minaj in the court of public opinion, this could be 100. I'm going to give you a leeway. This could be 90% damaging to your career if you don't have a classic album and or if you don't make a great diss track against Nicki Minaj. You got to do one or the other. Or, well, actually, you got to have both. Now, I've been giving you the leeway saying that I think your next album is going to be a classic album. You've gotten probably over $1 trillion in free promotion between that court case, Gayle King covering your court case, the online blogs covering your court case. If your album doesn't match Nicki Minaj's last album, Pink Friday 2, in quality and or sales, I think that you're gonna have a hard time. Cause you could go into Mean Girls stuff and all of the She-Hulk, but people are not fans of She-Hulk. The extracurricular things that you're doing, they're really great looks, but like you still have a fan base that is like a multicultural demographic. So you can't run off on your fans and become unrelatable. And that's socialite stuff, right? It's like you and then Nicki Minaj also said that Meg is still learning how to rap. Like that's crazy right there. But when I was listening to DJ Academics, and DJ Academics was like, yo, he can tell how Meg raps by her bar structure. And is that a lack of versatility on Meg's part? I'm asking y'all listening to this. You could do with that what you want, but Meg releasing singles and it's like she's giving therapy on the track. All right, we got 2 of those with Cobra and Hiss. All right, and we told y'all how this is playing out. The Cobra, then the Hiss, then yo, she might literally name her next song Strike. I'm dead ass serious. But your next song, Megan, gotta be that. All right, it has to be a strike. It gotta be fangs in the ass. You gotta strike and put the fangs in the ass and hit the target and yeah. Because Meg, listen, if you don't make a fire hit project, Nicki Minaj already got hers. Nicki Minaj, biggest female rap selling album. Her album is, you could play all of Nicki Minaj's albums, you could play the whole thing through. Nicki Minaj makes perfect albums. Meg, since that 1501 deal, Meg ain't even have the right deal to put out her absolute best music. And that's what I'm saying, Meg. I'm expecting a classic album from you. I'm honestly low key like, you could probably put Cobra on the album in the early part of the album, but you can't keep giving people this like this extra personal kind of like, I get what you're doing, right? Like we're talking about it, but with the way Nicki's about to come, we're going to talk about that too. And the thing is, Nicki is a real master of her craft, and Nicki is also into media a little bit. So Nicki knows how to create a perfect story for you, Meg. And if you don't deliver with your next records or your next song, I don't know how well this whole thing is going to work out for you. All right, everyone, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. As always, make